good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back. Sorry, guys, I'm late, like a day late. Yesterday I didn't do a live stream because I was busy doing things other clients and stuff like that. So I apologize for yesterday's stream, and I apologize for today's late stream, but it happened. We're only human. So welcome back, and today's stream is going to be, we are going to be modding planets. So let's get rid of the intro. Put a stop on that. Close that off right there. There we go. There we go. And I been working on a new song behind the scenes on the piano also. So let me get a sip of this coffee real quick. Good stuff. All right, so we are back, and today I'm going to be showing you how to modify your planets, such as resources and stuff like that. And in order to find those planets, we're going to look and find out how to search for those planets. Let's see, small campfire. Yeah, we sorted that out. We got that working. Good deal. All right. We're going to actually need what's called a playfield static dot YAML or YAML file. We're going to need that. Okay, this is from when we was working on that. We're going to use that as a blueprint and stuff like that. But we're going to actually open up some more. Let's see here. Trying to think of which one this one is. I think this is Zakua. I may be wrong, but let's learn how to find those planets. So we're going to find let's do Skillion, for example. We're going to Control F to find, and then we're going to type in Skill Leon. I think I got it spelled right. Actually, I think it's Skillon. And because that's so small over there, I can't really read what I'm. All right, Illon. I think that's it. Then what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to select Find in Files. And then we're going to select our folder, our default random folder. If you've been following along with the series, then you'll know how to look through, find all this and stuff like that. All right, so we had started moving everything from our original live stream mod over to our default random experimental mod, and we're just going to select that folder just like that, and then we're going to find all right here. We're going to find all. Okay, that's going to do its thing. It may lag your computer out when it does this because it's searching a lot of files and it's finding all the references to this file. Okay, so here we go. This right here is the one we're looking for. Playfields, Moon, Desert, Canyon, Playfield, Static, Skillion, and then here's the sector right here. So if we double click on this down here, that's going to pull up the sector file. This is going to show galactic single underscore Skillion. Human is one. Okay. And then if we go right here under the Moon Desert Canyon, that's where the planet itself, the actual planet side. So we're going to need this one right here. The debug, I think that's kind of like if you're in creative mode, I think. I'm not sure. But this is the one we're going to pull up right here. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that this is going to be our Skillion map. Okay? Let's see here. We are going to look for, we're going to go up, and we're going to look land claim device, used fixed, true, used random. I'm not sure exactly what all that is myself, because remember, guys, I'm just now learning how to mod Imperium Galactic Survival like y'all. I've just got decades of experience on modding other games, so I'm using those resources and that experience to come over here and give that to y'all and share that with y'all. All right, so this is what we're looking for right here, is this little section right here, just like that, okay? That's what we're going to be looking for right there. Now we're going to go over here to our other little static play field, and we're going to look right here. Here we go. Okay, so right here we have cobalt and titanium resources. Okay, but we're going to throw in these other resources right here. Okay, we'll copy that over here. We're going to go right here. Okay, and it's very, very important that you are using Notepad++, guys, because the spacing is absolutely important in this file specifically, because if not, you will end up messing something up. Okay, so if you notice, all my spacing is in line with the top. Okay, so that let's go ahead and drop that down right there. Remember, spacing is key in this file. So that's 1, 2, 1, 2. So 2, 2, 2. We'll just make sure that our spacing is correct. It does matter. All right, so now we need a restrium and was that zirconium? So we're going to go ahead and bring them over here also. All right. Paste, select that, and then we're going to put another space in right here. All right, that should give us what we need right there. I'm not sure unless that, I don't know why it has it double named right there, but we're not going to really mess with that per se. We're going to leave that like so. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to change all of these numbers. Okay, that's what we're going to end up doing. So what we're going to do is we're going to find we're going to change these numbers. We're going to make that 12, excuse me, and 13. Okay, and then we're going to select this. Okay, we're going to copy that, and we're just going to make that the whole thing all the way down. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Okay, and what that's going to do is the planet is going to produce when we load into the game. We're going to start a new game on Skillium. It's going to give us a bunch more resources in that game, okay, or in that playfield specifically. Neodymium size, max. Like I said, we're just going to change it all to match this one resource node. Okay, we're even going to go down here and we're going to change this down here as well. Okay, we're just going to put the same number down. Like I said, we're just experimenting. We're just learning what does what. Okay. Few more. Okay, and then this. All right. Well, we're going to change that number anyhow. And then gold resource, yes. Okay, all right. Now these asteroids right here. These are the asteroids around the planet, stuff like that. Because we have the resources on planet, we don't necessarily need the resources on the thing. However, what we are going to do, we are going to look for our auto miner. Okay. And the reason being is we're going to set our auto miner. I just got to remember exactly where it's at. It might be in templates. It may be in blocks. Like I said, I don't remember off the top of my head. Okay, there's that. There's that. All right. Let's grab this right here. Okay. Let's go to our blocks and see if we can find that. And I think it's actually in the blocks to where we have to turn it on. Yes, here we go. This is what we're looking for right here. All right. If you notice the gold resource right here, this is what we're looking for right here, guys. Factor 0. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to go up. We're going to grab this. We're going to turn this on so where we can put an auto miner on neodymium. Okay. Promethium. All right. Now we're going to go back the other direction. Which right here, we should be able to put it on iron resource anyhow, but we're going to just double check, make sure. We're going to go ahead and place that there. Then we're going to go down here. We're going to do the same with that, just to make sure, because I think that's actually hard-coded in. That's that magnesium resource. Because the auto miner, it's a funny little thing in its own right. Cobalt resources, rock, gray, let's see, same. Terrestrium resource, okay, zirconium. All right. Like I said, we're just double checking and making sure, when we put that line in there, then that tells the game, okay, you can put an auto miner on this resource, and especially the gold resource right here. That's how you would turn on the how can I make everything be able to resource with the auto miner and all that stuff. It's just like what we just did. All right, so we're going to control save that. Okay, we're going to go back to our play field. Make sure that our spacing is good. We need another space in right there. All right, another space in right there. All right, I think everything's good. So let's go ahead and save this. And remember, this is the Skillian play sector play map. So let's go ahead and give this a cheeky test, test, and go from there. Okay. Now, we're going to go ahead and get the game started. We're going to start a new play field, which is Skillion, because that's what we just did. Excuse me. All right. There we go. And we'll let this get started. And while this gets started, I'll go ahead and switch to my
mic on
headset mic, because I am fixing to go over there and get a refill of coffee. Oh, yeah. Good stuff. For some reason, it's taking its sweet little time loading. I wonder if we got something going on in the background of Steam. Usually when it's laggy like that, Steam's trying to download something. Okay.
Nothing. All right. All right. All right. So while that's sorting its life out, I'm gonna go ahead and go get that coffee. Get up. Oh, that's okay, Booker. You don't have to move. I'll walk around you. Move, Cooper. Move. Thank you. He's just literally laying in the middle of the floor making no efforts to move. And the thing is, that's actually dangerous because he knows better than that because his medical service training, he knows not to lay in the middle of the floor like that because it can trip me. And he's been trained to not do that. But for some reason, over the years, he's just he just gave up and he doesn't care no more. So, but that's why I don't have a small service animal because I would actually end up tripping over them, hurting them and myself. So that's why Booker stands up to my knees on all fours. It's if I do go to trip over him instead of me actually tripping over him because as tall as he is, I will actually just move him out of the way versus falling head over heels over him. Oh, good coffee. Mm. All right, fresh cup of coffee. All right, Leon's Imperium Galactic done sorted itself out. Okay. Oh, got some neighbors coming in. I got the door open with the screen shut. It's a beautiful day out here today. All right. Get in your bed and lay down. Cooper, he's looking at me like,
All right, let's change mics.
Mic off.
There we go. He's like, nope, I ain't getting in my bed and laying down. All right, fine, you do you, boo. All right, let's see if, no, we're not wanting to load. We're wanting to start a new game. All right, here we go. Start new game, scenario, default, which one is it again? That one. That one right there, okay. All right, we're not even going to go into the whole deal. Now that should, if we done that correctly in the correct planet Yama file, that should, it's not going to show here, but it should produce more resource nodes on the planet. And if not, then I'll have to go in there and find out. But today's live stream is not going to be all that long, unfortunately, because it's actually, I've got some off-camera jobs that are open right now that I got to go tend to and stuff like that. So we're just going to grab this little live stream real quick because I did tell y'all that I would be doing a live stream and going over how to modify your planets. But this is how you would go to modify your planets. There's got to be something going on here in the background. Something ain't right because I've tested this game thousands of times to tell you when it's low, lagging and it's loading and stuff. There's other things going on. Good coffee. Well, traffic's busy today. All right, so we're going to probably be flying out of our escape pod to the planet's surface, if I'm not mistaken. I think is it Skillion? Yeah. No, Skillion, I think, is where you are in the little SV or whatever, and it takes it like a few seconds to get to the ground, so you definitely have to hit your jetpack on the way down. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We will absolutely figure it out. Do. Yeah, it is absolutely taking its sweet little time. Excuse me. Yep. Just its sweet little time. Yep, that's it. Oh, let's go. All right. Jump pack. Jump off the side. All right, and on the way down, let's grab our survival tool, our detector, and let's give it a cheeky scan on the way down. Ooh, that looks promising. That looks promising too. All right. And it's literally no. I mean, we can somewhat give us a little nudge or whatever. All right. So here we are in 3, 2, 1. Jetpack! Ooh, like a club. All right. So let's go ahead and turn on our God mode, item menu, and another code for the console is map, M-A-P. Okay, now when we select our map, that should show us all the resources and stuff like that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to run around the map now, and we're going to just ping our little well, for some reason we're waiting on everything to load in and all that stuff. Now, something that I'm not seeing. Oh, there's a neodymium deposit right there. When we typed in the map code, it's not showing all of the resource deposits and stuff, which is interesting. And of course, we could have absolutely grabbed the wrong play file. We could very well be needing the default debug. Don't know. If that's the case, then what we'll do is we'll absolutely go and select that and transfer everything over, because we should have more resources than this. That is a fact. We should have absolutely more resources than this on the map, and we are not. So we may have saved to the wrong file, and that's okay. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Because we pulled up, what was it, 2 of them, 2 playfields out of the whole deal. So here's what we'll do. We'll go ahead and grab from here. And we'll copy that whole line. Then we'll go. All right, that's the trader on Skillion right there. Okay, that's the trader that you come across. Okay. Let's go down here, playfield debug. So let's go down here to this one. And this might actually be the planet that we, the planet file that we needed to change. Let's see, debug, playfield debug. Okay. Let's go up. All right, let's see, presets. That's the grass. Okay. We don't need this trader ECF file open because we're not doing nothing in that. All right, you know what? Something else too we might be overlooking it. I remember seeing the neodymium and the promethium. Okay, I remember seeing that. That is not the correct playfield. All right. Remember the neodymium and the promethium. So the neodymium resources is in dunes, low rocks. So what we're going to do is we're going to select this biome right there. Okay. We're going to copy that biome. And we're going to replace that biome with all the rest of the resources. That is a thing. That is absolutely a thing. So that's what we're going to do is we're going to make all these biomes the same. And that might be what we done wrong. Because remember, Skillion's a desert planet. So, with that being said, the biomes is going to be different. I forgot about that. All right, make sure that. All right, and then we'll go ahead and change the magnesium biomes. Okay. That should make it to where we have all the stuff that we need now that we had put in here. I forgot about this one little step right here. All right, so now that's going to go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and give this a cheeky new start because the planet loads from your new start. So let's go ahead and give it a nice little new start and see what we got. While that's sorting its life out, I'm going to go ahead and take a sip of this coffee. See how much faster it loaded? So there you go. That's probably what it was. All right, let's grab that one and then grab this one. Let's go over here to our medium settings. Let's go ahead and put rich, plenty, and then that. Okay. Turn that off. Turn that on low. Turn that on low. Player progression fast. All right, that should be. Let's take our degradation speed off. All right, that should be good. Now let's go ahead and find Skillion again. Okay. Now let's see if it changes for us. All right. See how much faster the planet's loading now? How much the game's loading? So the game was probably wigging out. Like, this planet don't have this, that, or whatever. The biomes are... Well, I'll show you what the biomes are here in just a second. God mode, item... let's see. God mode, item mode, and then map. Okay. So there you go. That's doing its own little thing. We can go ahead and turn the power off on this. Alright, there you go. Alright. So now, let's look at our map. Okay. Still not showing. Still not showing or doing. And this planet may be locked down, defaulted from another file that we haven't came across yet, which is interesting. Yeah, it should. We should have bunches of resource asteroids over here. let's see. Let's go from east to west. And just kind of fly around some more because sometimes the map command doesn't really map command like it needs to. Well, hello, guy. So let's just kind of fly around some more and just see if we can kind of encourage the resource to show in. Because if you remember in some earlier episodes, if you remember, I actually this whole deal was absolutely working for uh was it Contact Point Alpha, and you saw how I had all those resources. This is what I did to that. So this might be hard coded for Skillion. I don't know. I had never tried it. Today's the first time I ever tried it for Skillion. So with that being said, just saying. But we should have like an overabundance thing of resources. We should, which I'm not seeing, which is interesting. Okay, well, let's look for our planet Contact Point Alpha. Because all right, let's Control O to open. Okay, let's excuse me. Let's conflict alpha. This I think it's this one right here, but let's oh, you know what? Remember the was it uh GS. Remember the GS? Let's go back to content scenarios. No, not scenarios. I'm sorry. Is it saves? No, it's not saves. Give me just a second. Contact playfields. All right. Remember the GS right here? That's probably, yes, right there. There it is right there. Okay, so let's copy this. Let's copy this over to our scenario playfields. Content scenarios. That's probably why, because it's reading from that instead of what we have here. Where's our mod? Yep, there it is. Playfields. There we go. And let's just paste that in here. All right. So this is the playfield right here. Okay. Yep, this is the correct playfield right here. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Easy. All right. Oops. Let's grab that again. Okay. There we go. Make sure our spacing is correct, and there we go. All right, now let's save that and see. One of two things is fixing to happen. Either the game's going to crash because we just found out and realized that this is linked somewhere else, and we'll have to go and find out where and how it's linked. But it should load out of our mod first because our mod would be what's called stacked on top of it. Excuse me. So with that being said, our mod should take preference on loading first, if that makes any sense to you. Imagine you're stacking papers on a desk on top of them, making a stack of papers, and you stack them with the page that has number 1 written on it, and it say they're numbered from 1 to 10. Well, you put number 1 down first, 2, 3, 4, and number 1's at the bottom of the stack. Well, in this case, same ideal, but the default skillion is at the bottom of this stack here. See now, see how it's showing up all these resources now? Because now our world is on the top of the stack to read first. I didn't realize that till just now, so now we know. So now we should have our planet modified with all these other resources. Oh, God mode, item menu. Come on, God mode, item menu, and then map. There we go. All right, let's grab our little thingy. All right, let's give it a nice little scan. Okay, now let's look at our map. Now see, there you go. There's all these resources now. Okay, there's all these beautiful, beautiful resources now that you have all over the map. Excuse me. So, with that being said, now you have an abundance of resources on Skillion. Okay, they're everywhere, and that's how you would go about your modding your planet starter playfields. Okay, I'm coming down to the ground because if I don't, and then I log out, then log back in, then it'll be catastrophe because we'll fall out of the sky. So there's some protection right there. There's some Zirconia right there. Promethean right there. Look at all those resources. So that's... Oh, that's just like... Is this my favorite? Yeah, this is one of my favorite POIs right here. I love this POI. That's the main reason why I play on Skillia, because you start off with good stuff. Alright, so let's go ahead and God mode. Alright, so now what did we learn? Let's go back and look at what we learned. Okay. Alright, so this is what we learned. We learned that sectors, a default random modded sectors file. This is what we learned right here. This gs_skillion. That is where let's control open to open the files. So our regular when we load Skillion, it pulled from this file, the Moon Desert, I think Canyon, I think is what it was. But we learned that we're actually not pulling from them files per se. We're actually pulling from that which is located we had to go back to content, play fields, and we had to find it right here. I'm assuming Galactic Skirmish, Survival. We had to pull that from here. So there's a Kua right there. There's Ashton. There's actually all of them right there. So if you wanted to, you could actually go ahead and copy all these files right here. Well, we don't need the conflict area because we've already got that. And Skillion, we already got that. So you can actually copy these. Go back to your scenario, content, scenarios, right there. Default random XP playfields. And you can actually put those in there right now while you're thinking about it. Okay, so there's Akua, Ashton 2 Moon, Ashton Orbit. That's the mission where the playfield where you start in like a crashed spaceship in orbit or in the middle of space. That's that one. And then we have already got the conflict area. That's the contact point alpha one right there. I'm not sure what planet 2 is. I don't know. Maybe it's the other planet in that solar system. I don't know. But there's EMPYRION. There's Nigis, or however it's pronounced. And there's Skillion there. So there you go. That's how you modify your planets and stuff like that. And you can change these numbers to even more. Okay, you can absolutely change those numbers to more. And then if you want to make your auto miner be able to auto mine, like for example gold, then you put that right here. Now the count, you can change this number right here. The count, you can change that from like 3 to 13 to 13 if that's what you want to do. That is your choice. This is about you making something that you want to make. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this stream here. As always, happy gaming, and we will catch you in the next stream, whenever that may be.